everybody, and welcome back to this episode of Romantasy Roundtable, a tale of Rick and Roses. I am Rick, and I'm joined with my roses.
Amanda.
And Kim.
And Dane smells like leather. For anyone playing the Ripped Bodice bingo card, Dane, in fact, does smell like leather. So it's his vibe.
I haven't filled out my bingo card like at all. I don't even know what's on it.
One of them is character smells like leather.
That's the only one you've told us about. Are there others that you're excited about?
There are others. I just don't remember which ones they were. Some were really hard. I forgot what they were, though. So we are reading a one-off book now, right? That's what we've done. But before we talk about our book, how have you guys been? Have you been reading anything else? We started our summer, right? So that's good.
We did start our summer. Well, Kim and I are still working.
I was going to say, only one of us started our summer. Two of us should have started our summers, but Amanda is kindly still working. And I'll be honest with you, the idea of going into the office for the next couple of days, I'm really over it. Really, really over it.
I mean, it sounds great to me. I love it.
Well, so, you're not going.
I'm not. And you, it's in your contract, so you need to be going, Amanda.
It's not in my contract. My contract is up. But if I don't go in, they're going to make decisions that are going to make my life difficult. So I have to be there to help them not make bad decisions.
And or not make any decisions. And then all of our lives are difficult.
That's a more likely scenario than making bad decisions, is that we don't make any decisions at all. We still might not make any decisions.
Andor is a planet in Star Wars. So the book.
I was just going to say, I did have a great weekend. My sister Pam was here. I'm shouting out Pam because she is likely a new listener.
Yes, Pam.
We love Pam and Cindy.
Yes, thank you to our 2 loyal followers and our 15 subscribers on YouTube.
Maybe I'll get a fan now named that one Pam. Amanda has her fan named Cindy. You can't see it, but I can see it. Just the fan, Amanda.
This is my fan.
Its name is Cindy.
Its name is Cindy. It's
Cindy,
a little fan.
You are beautiful. You are beautiful, Cindy. We appreciate you.
Incredible. Rick, how's the start to your summer going?
It's been good. I've not been doing too much, I don't think. Actually, Have you
stood home?
I've stood home. For all of you up here from born and raised in Brooklyn. Yes, I stood home all weekend. I did nothing else. I chilled. I played some video games. I read a little bit. And I actually gave myself a decent project today that I spent maybe 2 hours on.
What was it?
Yeah, I'll tell you. So those show notes that you have for our chapters, Amanda, those notes are brought to you by Google Gemini.
Wow.
So I spent a while trying to export my ChatGPT chats out so that Google Gemini could learn who I am. And I think I got there. So I'm going to be playing around with Google Gemini. I hear it's very good. And from what I've tried so far, it's really good.
Have you told Lyric that you are cheating on her?
His
ChatGPT is named Lyric, by the way.
She doesn't need to know that. It's fine.
They were never exclusive. It's fine.
But the book we are currently reading is That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon, written by
Kimberly.
Kimberly Lemming is her name.
That's right.
We picked this book because we wanted to read something short. We wanted to read something fun. And we were particularly excited about a female main character who was a person of color, because we've been reading about a lot of little white girls. And so we were excited to read about Cinnamon Hot Pepper.
The names in this book, top notch. Amazing. I'm sorry.
When Rick started reading the book before I did, and he told me that was the name, and I really thought he was lying. I was like, no, that's just what you have nicknamed her. He was like, no, it's real. That's actually what the name is. And I was like, I don't believe you.
So somebody give me like an overview before we dig into the chapters. because I imagine we have a lot of listeners, and by that I mean Pam and Cindy, who haven't read the book. So what's this book about?
Oh, this book is great, guys. So we have Cinnamon Hot Pepper, right? She just she gets drunk one night. She's frolicking around home, right? And she meets a demon, and they go on an impromptu adventure together to save their little world. And they have some. We'll talk about it later, but they have some pretty good soup. The same soup, but pretty good soup 3 times throughout this book.
Don't take my take. That's my take.
That is your take. It is your. I was going to give you that TM. That's full credit for you. 100%. You're not wrong on that.
There's 3 soups and they're all the same. It's the same soup 3 times.
It is, but it is good soup.
But if you're interested in like meal prepped soup, like soup that you're eating the same soup every day for the week, like then you should read this book. But if you are the kind of person who needs to have a different soup every day, this is not the book for you.
It was even like microwaved for the same amount of time, so it's like the same temperature soup.
But yeah, so it's just really ridiculous and so stupid and great and fantastic. It's just it is a really fun book, I think.
I feel bad after reading it, and this is going to be a take that I think both of you are going to respond to. I feel bad after reading it that I shat so hard on for Blood and Ash. Because like this book isn't any better. And yet I just stopped thinking about it and was like, okay, I am just going to accept what I am reading, and I am not going to be the negative Nancy for once here and just roll with it.
Yeah.
At some point we go on a pirate adventure.
I don't think this book pretends to be anything other than what it is. Like the name of the book, the name of the characters, the length of the book, the cover art, like you are getting exactly what you signed up for. I don't necessarily think it's my cup of soup. But I do like respect that I was not surprised by the vibes. The vibes were exactly as billed.
Yeah, our girl Kimmy here was like, what is the lowest common denominator of Romantasy reader? And that is what I'm writing to.
Have you seen the other books?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, good. All right. So Kim, the other one's a little safe. That time I got drunk and saved a human. A little safe. However.
No, it's not saved a human, is it?
That time I got drunk and saved a human. That's book 3. But book 2, that time I got drunk and needed a love potion at a werewolf.
But they're all in the same universe. So
right, the mead and mishaps.
So that time I got drunk and needed a love potion at a werewolf is about Bree and the werewolf.
What?
Bree, her bestie, who the cheesemonger.
Oh, really?
And the werewolf from this book, I think that's Bree and the werewolf. That time.
You're going out. I can't hear anything you said.
Come back.
Amanda? We can't hear her, so we're just going to pretend like we hear her. She's just looking around right now.
She's got sad face. Really
she got sad face on. But this is, we don't want dead air, right? That's what we do in the podcast business. We fill the air, right? So which one do you want to read next, Cam? Do you want to read that time I got drunk and needed a love potion at a werewolf?
I mean, are we supposed to read them in order?
I mean, don't you want the mead and mishaps canon?
Then I guess we read the second one.
She's playing around with things. I think it could have been her internet. Nope, no one can hear you. She's making another face. She says, "Hold."
She bared her teeth at us.
She did bare her teeth, continuing to. She's back.
Okay, I'm good.
Yep, you're good.
Okay, this happened with my AirPods last time too. They just like randomly disconnected. But we're good. Okay, so the third book is about the silver dragon guy.
Oh, cool.
I think just based on the cover, I don't know who the girl is.
Also, y'all, we are talking about characters, but we haven't even talked about them within the book. So
let's get into it.
Let's dive in.
And Pam don't know who these people are.
All right. So this book only has 15 chapters and an epilogue. So even though it's a one-off episode, we're still going to go chapter by chapter. So chapter 1, Spice Farmer, Cinnamon Hot Pepper. We call her Sin. So she's drunk at a festival. She's happy she wasn't chosen to be the hero who's like going off to do this like once every 15 years, like Hunger Games style thing where they have to like fight demons in service of their goddess. So she's psyched that she wasn't chosen because she doesn't want to. And on her way home, she encounters a man in the woods. She tries to help him and she discovers that he's a demon. He attacks her and she barely escapes to her parents' farm.
After hitting him with a cinnamon stick.
Yeah, she's a spice farmer. So she.
Yeah, that's actually very important.
I'm a little confused. Isn't cinnamon bark?
Yes. And she talks about the fields are like actually groves of trees.
Got it. Okay.
So she like it's like the labyrinth of like weaving through the cinnamon trees to get to the family homestead.
Got it. She also like while she's drunkenly walking, while she's in her town before she runs into the demon, we meet a couple other characters. We meet her bestie, Bree, who is a cheesemonger.
Farmer. Oh. She's
What?
not a cheese farmer. She's not a cheese farmer.
There aren't very many things that you can mong, so I was really excited to say that she's a cheesemonger. I feel like you could be a cheesemonger and a fishmonger. I don't know if there's anything else that you can mong.
Gossip.
Gossip monger. Hell yeah. And she also like some random guy tries to mug her.
Oh yeah, I don't know, Bartleby twins or something. I don't know.
Yeah, some schmuck. I don't know. All right, so then we move on to chapter 2. So we meet Cinnamon's family. She's got this really cute little family. Both her parents are alive, which I feel like
Wow.
unheard of.
Not in any books that we've read before.
No. So both her parents are alive. She's having breakfast with her siblings. Her sister is dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And the demon, who we learn his name is Fallon, so he follows her home and he's like, "What did you do to me?" And so we learn that the cinnamon neutralizes the demons.
Right, obviously. You know?
So their goddess, what is it?
Mirva? Merva?
Maiva?
Maiva, yeah.
Maiva is actually
Mulva.
a false goddess. So she is not actually a goddess, and she has basically enslaved all the demons using some potions.
Magic.
Yeah, which makes them go crazy. And so then, she has the humans come and like kill off the demons, basically to control both different kinds of species. And so, yes, they discovered that the cinnamon breaks through the Maivra's potion. And that is exciting. And then he's like, "Yes, your goddess, who you have been worshiping for all of your lives, is actually not a goddess. She's this like undead witch." And everybody in the family is like, oh, okay, great. Like automatically, love that.
This man who they've known for 15 minutes is like, your whole worldview is a lie. And they're like, damn, that's crazy. Let's go kill the goddess.
Oh yeah, I'm ready to go. Look, we only have like 200 pages. We got to get going, okay? We don't have time to talk to Tamlin. We got to go.
So, Fallon convinces Sin to come with him and destroy the Lish's power source. And in their temple, there's a chalice, which is like a cup.
It's not like a cup; it is a cup.
There's a chalice in the local temple. And so in chapter 3, they go to the temple and Sin shatters the first chalice. The temple collapses. Fallon saves her. It's like a whole thing. And she's like, "Awesome. We did it." And he's like, "Great. Now let's do the other 3."
Well, and actually, he didn't realize that it was 3 more until she was like, "Oh, this is only one temple. There's 4 temples
Right.
in the human land." And that's when he was like,
Oh no.
That means that there are other chalices, and let's go. Like, putting on the leash.
I liked it. I thought I was like, when she destroyed the first one, I was like, oh, well, now what? What are they going to do now? I was like, oh, cool. There's more. It's like a video game. So
This book is like a video game.
yeah, it really is.
You're just
the other
along for
thing,
the ride. You're just like, yeah, that happened. We're still moving. Like,
yeah.
Mhm.
The other thing that happens is like as she's destroying the chalice, like the goddesses, like she like oozes out of the cup or something.
Yeah, it's like yeah, some
I
glop
thought there
that
was,
they've.
yeah, I thought there was going to be more to the goop. There wasn't. It just happens every time.
Yeah,
But
and then
I thought the goop was going to be more important.
no,
well, they
just
turn
goop.
into like undead creatures.
Oh, like orc, no, or something like
Yeah,
that.
right.
Kind of like it, yeah. All right,
Kind of
so
like a cup.
then kind of like a cup, and it's not like a ham. Okay, so then they leave town, and as they're leaving town, the brother of like the guy who tried to mug her shows up, and Fallon beats the shit out of him.
Doesn't he
And
rip his arm off?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, they're like, there's bones sticking through. And it's like, oh, like he did not go lightly here.
and
Can I
Sin is like,
just go ahead? Go ahead. Oh, I
Sin's
think
like
she went out.
you can't kill him. Like
Yeah,
you're not allowed to kill people.
and she's like, "Why, woman? It would be more efficient to just kill him." I love the dialogue in this book because it's like she rips his arm. He rips his arm off, and she's like, "Oh shit!" Like it just got real. It's just really fun. I don't know. It's just like if I were to go on an adventure with a demon, you know?
It is like if you were to go on an
It
adventure
really
with a
is.
demon.
Yeah.
Not like a
Okay,
ham.
so they go off on their journey together. They're going through the bayou. That's a song.
Going through the
Going down.
bayou,
No, it's like going
gonna
down the bayou. Going down the bayou.
gonna monger
Going
some
down the
lot of
bayou.
fishes.
I think, yeah, I was going to say, I think you're singing different songs, and now you're singing no songs.
Okay, so they're going through the bayou, and they're sleeping, and Cinnamon is attacked by a monster. Tell us about the monster.
Yeah, the monster's pretty cool. The monster's like this little dog thing. And the dog thing, I have no notes for this book. That's how much I liked it. The monster is like this little dog thing, and actually, no, the monster is her sister. So she gets called by her sister, and she walks out to this swamp, and then Fallon is like, "Don't do it," and she's like, "No, it's my sister." And he's like, "Don't do it. Don't look again." And it's sort of like just an illusion, and it's like pulled down to this dog that attacks her. And I believe they had this in, I think, one of the Akatar books. I think it was the last one, so I don't think you read it, Amanda. But and she basically is like, "Oh, this is either the creature or one of the creatures that killed my sister." It's probably the creature that killed her sister, but then she gets pulled down, and demon, what's his name, Fallon. We have Jimmy. He reaches down, grabs the dog, rips it in half, saves the day. Thank you, Jimmy. Did I do it?
That's what
Did I explain
happened.
it? Yeah.
That's what happened. Sorry, I got distracted because Cindy texted me about my hottest take in the last episode.
Look, she has our email. She could write to it. She can write to us.
Okay, all right, never mind.
Well, what is
She
it?
told me.
We'll
she
get to
told-
the end.
She told me that Rebecca Yarros said that no one can have more than 2 signets. But we'll talk about it at the end.
What does
'cause
Rebecca Yarros know?
She doesn't know.
She doesn't
She doesn't know more than me.
No.
Okay, so Sin's attacked by this monster. Fallon saves her life, and then they share a vulnerable and intimate moment. And in this moment, Fallon's like, "You're gonna be my wife."
Yeah, I love that. And she's like, "Excuse me?" He's like, "Yeah, you killed that monster. It's over. You're my wife. Congratulations."
Is this where they get naked in the water?
It's like right around that time.
I think so.
Okay, because this is where we are introduced to Fallon's appendages.
This is Kim's favorite part.
Which is
So they go for
described as being a weapon. And I'm like, that does not sound sexy.
It doesn't sound appealing.
It doesn't.
It's great. It's great, guys. We're just everything's the best. Everything is the best in this book.
They also talk about how, like, when you marry a demon, they like bite your collarbone and like pass some of their magic into you. So I don't know. That's happening. Okay. So they get attacked by bandits, and Sin creates a point-based system for Fallon's marriage proposal to delay him. And so he's like, I should get points for this. And she's like, okay, well, I'll marry you when you get to 1,000 points. And I loved this. I was
Me
like,
too.
yes, give me points. Nothing has disappointed me more than this point system.
Yeah, because they stopped. They stopped.
There's like no points. And then spoilers later in the book, she's like 900 points.
Right.
And I'm like, no. Like,
yeah, I really wanted her to get to 1,000 points without realizing it. That's what I wanted.
yeah.
Like,
I
he
would've
would have
liked that
kept
too.
track to all the things, and he'd be like, congratulations, they're married. Because she would just been throwing out random points.
Yeah. All right. So the negotiation.
They're in the city
leads-
of Wandermere.
Well, is this the first soup?
Mm,
It says an
Let me-
intensely passionate sexual encounter that solidifies their. Oh yes, yeah. So this is the first soup.
yeah, it's a one-sided soup.
Yeah.
He's basically showing her, like, I will worship you, woman. Good soup. Okay, well, this soup was fine. The soup was fine. I like the second soup better.
I was
This
like, it's
soup-
so good that none of us could remember that this is when it happened. So there's that.
It was
This
fine.
is fine soup. They stop short of like going all the way.
Yeah.
But yes, it is one-sided soup, and she's like, "Oh my God, my mind is blown."
Yep.
I don't know. It was fine. I wasn't disappointed by this soup. I was disappointed when the second soup rolled around and it was this soup with like an extra paragraph.
Right.
No, see, we'll get to the let's
We'll
get
get
through all
there?
the
Okay.
soups. Yeah.
All right. So then they get to the town of
Wandermere.
Wandermere, and they discover that the demons here are magically enslaved. There's like 2 tavern owners, and they're like fighting. I would have read a whole book about them.
Me too. That was really funny.
But so they team up with the tavern owner that they do end up hanging out with. Her name is Usha. Usha? Usha?
I said Usha in my head.
Her name is Ursher. And
USHARAYMOND.
yes. Her name is Usher Raymond. And Usher Raymond overhears them talking about how the goddess is a false god. That's a Taylor Swift song. And like
even the dialogue was really funny. Like what's her name? Cinnamon and Fallon were talking through this whole thing, and he realizes someone's on the other side, and he opens the door, and she's like, "Oh, yep, just me. He's got some bags. Totally heard everything. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine."
I think she's my favorite character in the book.
Yeah,
Usher Raymond.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she, again, this is one of those things where it's like, you've known me for 5 minutes, and I've just explained to you that your whole worldview is a lie. And she's like, bet.
Right.
Let's destroy the temple and free all the demons. So that's what they decide to do. And they devise a plan to steal and destroy the chalice in the city temple. And as a reminder, a chalice is like a cup.
Like a cup.
In chapter 8.
She also, which I love and I wish we had more of, has a pet that is like a dog, but not a dog.
Right. It's a weird little thing.
It's some kind of like smashed-faced hyena.
Because she's the patron of the dramatic hyena.
That's the name of the bar.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the other one's called the Worthless Gazelle.
I missed that completely.
Yeah, and so they have a hyena, and I feel the need to tell you guys that I went on a safari earlier this year, and on the safari we saw hyenas, and I sent a picture of the hyenas to Tristan because I thought the hyena was cool looking, and Tristan said, "That is one ugly fucking dog." And that's how I felt reading about the hyena in this book. All right, so they're like going.
It's like sweet and fun, and
I love hyenas.
we love anything that is dog-like. Let's be real.
We love dogs. My dog is here.
Right.
She's here. She's participating in the podcast recording. She's on. You can't really see her. Okay, so she frees 2 more demons in town, Felix and Ambrose, who join the cause. And Felix is a werewolf.
Yes.
And Ambrose is like a snake guy.
Correct.
Yeah.
Which I guess, like, this is the moment where I'm like, oh, demons are different. Like, different demons are different things. And you would think that at this point in the book, I would be like, what kind of demon is Fallon? But I didn't. I know that like 10 pages later, we find out what kind of demon Fallon is, but I didn't question that once I met the werewolf.
Yeah.
So it's just like he's a demon, and then
That's
there are
right.
werewolf demons and snake demons.
He's not. Rick, what kind of demon is Fallon?
He's a dragon demon.
He's a dragon. And so the temple heist succeeds. They get the chalice, they break the chalice, but then there's a battle with the mages of the city, and Sin gets injured, and Fallon flips out, and he transforms into a dragon, and he burns the city down. And then they steal a ship, and they become pirates.
What's funny about this part, I laughed in my head many times, because it was like, after they had stolen the thing and they were getting ready to go on their pirate adventure, Cinnamon and one of them was just like having a random conversation while Fallon is still circling the town burning people. Like, it's just like, in my head, it's like, oh, maybe we should do this. Help! Yeah, but we should probably take the ship. Someone save us! Like, you know, that's what I saw in my head. Very funny. Very funny. But now they're pirates.
Yeah, now they're pirates. So they're on a boat, and
they also, before they escape on a boat, she goes to stop him from being a dragon, and they like go into some random room in the Colosseum, and there's soup.
Was that here?
That's here. That's where they leave on the boat.
Huh?
All right.
Google gem.
Yeah.
Blossom right over the soup.
Well, you picked the quick version.
Okay. So they share an intimate bath in a various washroom where the emotional tension between them escalates significantly. Since her feelings, she's dangerous. She's like, what are we doing? She wants a peaceful, quiet life. She doesn't want this like crazy demon life with him. But he seduces her and promises to be her villain and take choice. And there is another soup. It starts the same. There's some light strength. Go ahead.
What? No, this is a good soup. He takes her choice away, right? He like, oh, you know, all consensual. And she's like, make the choice for me. Gets a little rope, gets a little blank. Oh, she doesn't want to hear it. That's fine.
And I didn't hear any of that.
All right. And it was good soup. I thought it was good soup. The problem with it is that Amanda was right. The soup before this was like the soup appetizer. Then we get this soup meal, right? Which I think was a good soup. But the next soup is just this meal again. Like, it's the exact same thing. The third chapter of soup. But
I still feel weird about the fact that they were like just rolled up into some random room that was like probably occupied by somebody he just killed. And we're like, oh, we're going to run a bath and take your clothes and like find some rope in the wardrobe and tie each other up.
That's what pirates do.
I also like, I don't know. I read some reviews that like talked about this, but I just like the way that he's like, you don't have to choose. I'm choosing for you, and we're just gonna do this. Feels not good to me. Like it just.
But he kept on like telling her like or asking her like you could say no. I need you to say no. Like he checked in a bunch of times.
Yeah, it's not. It is consensual, but it feels like it's like consensual, non-consensual soup to me.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
and the
fine.
same thing, like, and this is why I said what I said before about Theo feeling bad that I said so many mean things about From Blood and Ash and the original ACOTAR book for that matter as well, because like, yeah, I was vehemently against this kind of trope in both those books. And then we read this one and I was just like, oh, okay. Like I am like totally a nerd to this like female protagonist that's just getting like walked all over and dominated by the MMC. So here we are.
Yeah, I don't know. It like maybe it's just not my vibe. And the book does like warn you that there's like some, BDSM undertones and like, what's it called? Dubcon.
I don't know what that means.
It's short for dubious content, and I believe it is like this kind of gray, consensual, non-consensual situation. So if you see that in book tags, that's what it means. This book taught me that. Anyway, I don't know. I didn't love it.
Right.
But then they go on a pirate ship, and I did like that. So they go on a pirate ship, and they decide there's only 3 women on the ship. Cinnamon, Usher Raymond, and a lady centaur. I don't remember her name. And she's a lesbian. So everyone is like, I don't know, the demons are all like oogling Usher Raymond, but the snake guy appears to have spoken for her.
Yes.
I don't know.
And apparently he marked her at this point, and they're soul bonding.
Fallon marks him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Not Snake Guy and Usher Raymond.
No. Fallon soul bonds Cinnamon in their little honeymoon phase.
This
and all they want to do is
confesses her love for him.
Yes, this is where she gives him 900 points.
Yes.
Tells him that she loves him and they do the soul bond thing. And apparently the soul bond thing causes them to be like absolutely ravenous for each other. Like very ACOTAR fated mates situation.
That makes sense though. I don't know. Like they become soul bonded, and what else is the first thing you want to do?
Sure, fine, except they don't get to have sex here.
They don't.
Because
they get invaded by another pirate ship.
They're trying to be pirates, and so they're like get into a fight with a pirate ship that ends up being the goddess.
Okay.
I
skipped over some chapters, but so they're attacked by other pirates, and specifically they're attacked by another dragon. Who is a silver dragon, and he has different dragon powers than the dragon powers that Fallon has.
Fallon has like smoke powers or something, right?
Yeah, he's a shadow daddy.
Right, got it.
There's always got to be a shadow daddy.
Yeah.
Again, lowest common denominator here. Like,
and the silver dragon is like a weather dragon, storm dragon. He's a storm dragon.
Storm dragon, right.
Yes. We've got Violet and Zayden on their dragons flying through the sky. But this silver dragon is like controlling the third chalice, which, as we know, is like a cup. And Sin jumps onto the dragon's back. She smashes the chalice. She frees the dragon. The dragons are exhausted, and they crash onto a deserted island with Cinnamon is also there on the island. Yeah. Okay, so this is in chapter 12. We get our third soup, right? Fallon and Cinnamon give in to the overwhelming desire caused by their new bond. This soup is exactly like the last soup.
It's like copy paste, honestly. Like I was into it in the beginning, and I was like, "This is the same exact thing," and I like was able to read a little faster.
I had this moment reading this where I was like, have I just been reading too much romance where like I'm bored by the soup? But I just read another romance novel and the soup was very different than the soup. And so, no, that's not the case. This was just the same soup.
Right.
And there weren't even any thrones.
No thrones, just random rooms.
And a finger
And a log. There's a log in the forest.
Okay, so they're talking. Is this where we find out that they're fated mates?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So I guess that explains why he met her and was like, I have just met you and now I love you. But we don't really like dig into this much. It's just like, oh, they're fated mates.
Right.
Right. This is like, you read ACOTAR, you've read these things. Let's skip that. You get it. You get all the subtext. We don't need a story. We can just keep going.
Yeah, literally that. All right. So the other dragon, whose name is Dante, warns them that the fake god is preparing for the final battle. Their crew shows up, tracks them down.
Yeah, and they're like, hey, stop having sex.
Yeah, and she's like, when we do finally save the world, I would like to return to this island. And he's like, bet.
He's like, that's called foreshadowing.
Which we can still do in 200 pages. And so the other dragon actually tows the ship because they've got a really long journey. And so Dante's like, I got you. And he tows the boat. And they get to the final temple, which is up north where it's cold. And Fallon begins the stealthy ascent of the final mountain. They are confronted at the final mountain by the heroes' party. So those are the 4 heroes for the 4 different temples. And one of them is Cinnamon's ex-boyfriend.
Yep. Glenn.
Is that his name?
His name is Glenn. I have the long notes up here right now.
It's a really boring name.
They're a really boring party.
That's
true. Priscilla, Glenn, right? Like they had mentioned, like this is the heroes' party, and when they see them, they're all in their like white robes and pristine, like they have never been in a fight. Yeah. Which I would have liked to like maybe like a paragraph or two about, because like then what were they doing? Obviously, like Mulva like sent them what? Mulva. It's a Seinfeld reference.
I know the reference.
Oh, yay. So Mulva sends them askew, right? But like what did they do? Like if they all know that like he sends the heroes party to save the world, right? That's in the beginning of the book, but they didn't do any fighting. So what did they do? I would have liked to have just known that. Yeah. Oh, we were over here. It doesn't matter.
I think they were just like hanging out in the temple and having a great time.
Yeah.
That's what it seemed like.
Yeah, I don't really get what the heroes are supposed to do. I don't get it. Sorry.
It's supposed to be like killing back the demons, but
yeah. All right. So a fight breaks out, and Sin and Usher battle Maiva's true hideous form. She's not a beautiful goddess. She's a hideous sludge monster. What?
She's an undead witch. So yes.
Sin shatters the final chalice, which is like a cup, and destroys the lich, an undead witch.
It's a lich. I know this for a fact. Warcraft 3, Arthas, the Lich King. That's a thing. Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I'm with you on that one. I do know that also.
All right. Anyway, Cinnamon was hurt in the fight, and Fallon flips out, and he nearly kills everybody before Sin physically shields them and forces him to stop. Then in the end, he takes her back to the private island, or a private island. I don't know if it's the same private island. He takes her to some island to recover. He's like built her a tree house.
Yeah.
Really nice. He's very overprotective, but she's like, just trust me. You don't need to keep me in a beautiful cage. They spend 3 months on a honeymoon before returning to Cinnamon's home, where she announces to her shocked but ultimately accepting family that the goddess is dead and she and Fallon are married.
It's amazing.
And
Amazing.
that's how the book ends.
And they all sit down for a family meal, and that's that.
So good, guys. I love this book. 3 stars. Actually.
Great. Yeah, take it to stars. You gave it 3 stars?
Yeah, I gave 3 stars. So I think and I'll talk about it on this podcast now. This book has got me to readjust my ratings. So I'm retconning some stuff, right? Like, I wasn't a book before this, right? I didn't read many, but now I'm a book. So I have like backlogs of things.
You are a book.
I am a book. So previously I was like, oh, The Night Circus. This was fine. It's 3 stars. Like, I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. And I like this more than The Night Circus, right? So I'm like retconning Night Circus down to 2 and keeping this one as 3. Because it's fun, it's stupid, it's pointless, it's ridiculous. It's not good, right? It's like, but it's fun. It's popcorn. So I'm giving it a solid 3 stars.
I don't feel like I need to have standardized stars.
No
This
standardized testing and no standardized stars.
is like supervision. Sometimes the same forum doesn't work for everybody, and that's okay. And so stars can mean different things. But I actually have struggled with this. I think I'm gonna do 2.5. Because I really did like it was fun. It's silly. It was fast. But at the end of the day, it wasn't a good book. So
But I think like she knows that. That's why I'm like, she knows what she was doing.
oh yeah, she knows.
So
She's
Amanda,
happy. We're happy for her.
she's gonna go like a 2.
I gave this book 2 stars.
Nice, love that.
Tristan sitting behind me and he's like, I gave this book 2 stars. It bills itself exactly what it is. I just think what it is not for me. It's like fun and it's short, and if it was any longer, I think I would have like really disliked it. I don't have standardized stars. I really grade on vibes, but both academically and in reading. Sorry, Rick's kind of my supervisor. I grade on vibes.
I grade on pipes.
But I don't know. I think like for me, it was like because the soup was reheated, because it was like consensual, non-consensual, and then I couldn't get over. I don't like that a dragon is a demon.
Fair.
That was weird. It took me a minute to like wrap my head around that too.
Like, I don't like the other demons were like centaurs and werewolves, and like I don't know. A dragon doesn't really fit in that category for me, and maybe it's because like we had just finished Onyx Storm, but I was like, this, like if Taryn read this book, he would be like revolted and offended. But I don't think that this book should have been anything else. I just think this book wasn't for me.
Yeah, that was great. I'm fine with averaging out 2.5 stars.
I'm sorry, Kimberly Lemming. I think that you're great and you should keep doing exactly what you're doing because there is absolutely a niche for this. I just don't think it's for me.
I don't think our girl Kimmy is stopping. I think she has found her lane.
She's written some other series too that sound kind of like similarly.
I'm with it. I support her fully. I think she's great.
Yeah, this book actually came out in 2021. So it's not like brand new. She's written a couple others. There seem to be like some Christmas specials, but this year she started a new series called I Got Abducted by Aliens and Now I'm Trapped in a Rom-Com.
Oh, yeah.
It has a dinosaur on it. So I don't know, man. She might rope me back in.
Hell yeah. Can Tristan hear me?
Yeah, Tristan can hear you.
Tristan, I just got Sayel. She throws cards and stuff. Got some moon phase. I got a sun phase.
Oh, God.
He can't.
Just did the arena?
Yeah, I just did the arena. He gets it.
Who'd you beat her with?
Gustav.
Oh, buddy, you fucked up.
But I like Gustav. He's the dude.
I know, but Mael has one weapon that's like the best weapon in the game, and you beat Sael with Pael, you get the best weapon in the game early on.
Damn.
Otherwise, the only other way to get it is to beat Golgra or whatever her fucking name is. The leader of.
Yeah, that big dude.
Yeah, you have to beat her to be able to get the weapon.
I wonder if I can go back and like to some old save file. That's Tristan's Take, a new part of our podcast.
Yeah, thank you for joining us for Tristan's Take on Expedition 33.
Claire Obscure, Game of the Year. You want to hear some bullshit? Welcome to Video Game Corner. So,
No.
Claire Obscure has been rated like the highest game of the year, right? And then I saw this article, and it was like Claire Obscure has just been dethroned as the highest rated game of the year. Do you know what now is quote unquote the highest rated game of the year?
Mario Kart.
Tears of the Kingdom, because they're considering the update file. I'm like, no, that's bullshit.
Absolutely not.
No.
100% no.
No, garbage. Absolutely.
Okay, we need to go back to Soup because I don't think there's a lot of overlap
All right, wait,
between
so
our Romantasy fans and video game fans.
3, 2.5, 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
I'm good with the 2.5.
it's a 2.5. I will also say Cindy and Steven are also playing Claire Obscure. So
Make sure you beat Sael with.
we talked about it yesterday. It's fine.
Okay, yeah, do that.
Okay, Soup.
Oof. Kim, you go first this time.
I think I'm going 2. It's there, but as we've already discussed, like, I get tired of leftovers.
I'm fine with 2. I have no strong opinions on it. I'm good with the 2.
Yeah, sure. It's a 2.
You want to give it lower? That's good. Go for it.
No, I don't know. It's the dub con of it. It's not for me.
That's fine. So you should. That's fine. Then give it a 1.
That feels crazy. I don't want to do that. What if Kimberly's listening?
Go.
He's right here.
We have given negative Soups before.
Have we? Oh yeah. Wasn't it like the circus book?
Oh yeah, we gave the Night Circus negative soup, but that's because there wasn't any soup.
Yeah.
Again, I think I'm fine with 2 because it's just not for me.
Okay.
Yeah, so 2.5 stars and 2 cans of soup. I'm interested. Okay, can I read to you the summary of I got abducted by aliens and now I'm trapped in a rom-com?
100%.
Dorothy Valentine is close to getting her PhD in wildlife biology when she's attacked by a lion. On the bright side, she's saved. On the not so bright side, it's because they are abducted by aliens. In her scramble to escape, Dory and the lion commandeer an escaped pod and crash land on an alien planet that has dinosaurs.
Yes.
Dory and her new lion bestie Toto
Oh yeah.
are saved in the nick of time by a mysterious and sexy alien, Saul. On their new adventure, they team up with the equally hot, equally dangerous Locke, who may or may not be a war criminal. Whether it be trauma, fate, or intrigue, Dory can't resist the attraction that's developing in their trio. As this ragtag group of misfits explore their new planet, Dory learns more about how and why they've all ended up together, battles more prehistoric creatures than she imagined 0, and questions if she even wants to go back home to Earth in this hilarious and steamy alien romance adventure comedy romp.
Hold on. So this is fine, but when I suggest I'm dating a cowboy alien, no fine.
I don't think there's tentacle porn here.
That I hard vetoed that because of the tentacle porn. But this one seems fine.
We can
That sounds funny. Yeah.
So that we may read this at a later date. Comment down below. Email us romantasyroundtable@gmail.com. Send us a voice note if you're Cindy or Pam. If you want us to read this book.
Oh, what book are we reading next?
We are reading Bride by Ali Hazelwood. That's our next
we are.
multi-part multi-episode book. So Bride, we're really excited to read it. It's got werewolf vibes. It's got
vampires.
We love Ali Hazelwood. I love Ali Hazelwood. I'll speak from the I perspective. Bride is the first in the series. The second in the series is called
Mate.
but it's not out yet. Do we know when it's coming out?
Yes, we do actually. It's coming out in October. What a great Halloween read.
Great. So we're going to read Bride now, and then I guess we'll read Mate when it comes out. So your homework is to read chapters 1 through 10 of Bride. We haven't talked about what else we're reading.
Nope, we haven't.
Does anybody read it?
So I'll let someone else go next. Totally not reading anything.
Started Bride. We know you started Bride. It's not a secret. Have you read
Yes, I started Bride. Look, what I do in my own summertime is up to me.
Have you read past chapter 10?
Look, maybe you gave me my homework too late. That's the teacher's fault.
How much have you read?
He's finished it.
I didn't finish the book. I don't know.
He's left it till 1 page, which he's
I think
done
I'm on
before
chapter.
to say he hasn't finished the book.
To be fair, I'm not too. I think I'm on chapter 15.
You texted yesterday and said, hypothetically, when should I stop? And I wrote back like 20 minutes later. You did not read 10 chapters in 20 minutes.
You can't prove that. It's good.
I'm on chapter 5. It is good. You gave the homework yesterday.
Yeah, it's actually fine. I'm not mad. I'm mad that Rick's ahead of chapter 10. All right. Well, your homework is to read chapters 1 through 10 of Bride. Is anybody reading anything that's not Bride?
Wow, you're angry. No, but I do have something I will pick up when I'm. Come back to me. Circle back. Next.
I have not been reading super much just because Pam was here all weekend. So that's all.
I have finished 2 books. I'm a book. I finished The Briar Club by Kate Quinn, which is historical fiction. I really liked it. I gave it 4 stars. I think it's like a 4.5 for me. I love how Kate Quinn like weaves real stories into her characters. I thought that it was a really great snapshot of life for women in the 1950s, some good Red Scare content. I did not predict the twist, but I found some of the characters a little one note, which is the only reason it's not a 5-star for me. And then I just now, like an hour before we started recording, finished Love in Focus by Lila Lee, which was one of my Pride reads. I thought it was really cute. I don't know, like all cute little romance, it's a 3.5, 4 for me. It's 2 queer Korean women, and it's written by a queer Korean woman, and I really liked that. So cute.
There's a chance that my next book is whatever book we don't read after Bride. So we're talking between Thrown in the Dark, the Villains and Virtue series, or Reign and Ruin, the Mages of the Wheel. I think I might. Whatever you don't decide, I'll probably read the other one. There are a couple I have in the queue that I'm like really interested in reading though. And maybe I'll start today or tomorrow. Something called Direbound. People seem to love that. The other one that I'm interested in is Phantasma. It's got that skull on the cover. Everyone seems to love that. The Night and the Moth is like very new. It's like a month or 2 old. It's a new hotness. I also might go back to read Dungeon Crawler Carl. Tristan, read Dungeon Crawler Carl. Tristan, read Dungeon Crawler Carl. It's a video game.
Dungeon Crawler Carl. I know. Whenever he says it, we also think he's saying nonsense, but it is a book.
It's a book. It's great.
Dungeon
Bunch of books.
Carl. Well, we're trying to get him to read Fourth Wing next.
Oh.
Yes.
Read Fourth Wing, and then read Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Rabble Rouser.
Rabble. There we go.
All right. Read Bride.
Read Bride, chapters 1 through 10. Only 1 through 10, everyone. Don't do anything more.
Don't break the rules.
Don't break the rules. A chalice. It's like a cup.
It's like a cup.
Thanks everyone listening. Bye.
Bye.